again, one other thing that I want to focus on is what is your goal? Okay, you have to be clear with that. Otherwise, you don't have the confidence of completing your journey. Okay, you have an idea. Okay, which is uh, I wanna sound good. Okay, or I wanna understand lectures, or I wanna understand teacher. I wanna, it's very simple. You've got like that simple answers. Okay, but they're not accurate. There's vagueness into it. Okay, completely normal. So let's dive into it. Okay, let's see what level are we. Most of the students here are college students, or if they're not college students, they're graduates. Most of them. Good. For those who are graduate, they might actually forgot some of the language that they learned from school or high school, or they might not because they consume English content. Most of us do actually consume English content through TV, okay, or phones. Very normal. We have a very beautiful vocabs, rich, beautiful vocab, and we sometimes understand movies. We sometimes understand books. So we're good in terms of the overall knowledge of the language. Good. Most of you guys are actually A2 students. Most of you are an A2 students. And which is the case. And if so, if you're an A2, all what you have to do is to reach B1. So there is an A1, okay, the beginner, okay, the guy that doesn't know anything or know very basic kind of stuff, okay, the beginner. Okay, this is A1. A2, okay, it's you guys. You have a basic, like it's still basic, but a little bit more advanced from A1. You could understand, you can understand me probably. Sometimes you could understand me without any subtitles, or understand some movies. Well, movies is a little bit hard. Okay, maybe understand your teacher. You could read books normally. Maybe you would have some difficulty, but it's good as so far. So this is your level. B1 is typically understanding basically everything. Okay, but not those complex words. Not those complex words like or idiomatics. Okay, you're not good on idiomatics. For example, okay, you probably know accidents in B1, the word accidents, okay, but you don't know what casualties is. Very normal, very normal. Okay, you understand. You probably just understand the basics. It's not the basics, but the common words. Okay, the common words. Okay, you don't sound fluent, but you could have a meaningful conversation with a lot of people. Okay, in a lot of topics. Sorry, in a lot of topics, meaningful conversations. And what is it? Meaningful conversations. Um, I mean, yeah, meaningful conversations. I mean, I'm getting distracted here. Okay, so meaningful conversations. B1, meaningful conversations. Yeah, just basically meaningful conversations. You can keep up with people. You understand beautifully nice. You don't have any problems. Even if you don't understand one word or two, you have a simple link to it. I mean, it's not hard to guess. You're not truly missing anything. Okay, so yeah, what's else? Yeah, I mean that's as far as you want to reach. Okay, you probably also not really good in speaking. It's completely fine to not be good in speaking because we have skills. Okay, they vary. Okay, for me, let's say I don't know how to write, but I know how to speak English very well. Right? Does that mean I mean, it depends, but generally, okay, we want focus on, okay, the basic general knowledge of English. Okay, this is the most important thing. The most important thing. And for those who wants to learn speaking, we have the platform. Put time as much as possible, and you'll get it. Okay, so yeah, very quick note. Between A2 and B1, say 1,000 words or 500, like something like this. Uh, you need to learn those words, new words, 500,000. And you might think that's a lot of words, but don't worry. Uh, let's take write. Okay, there's write, wrote, written. Okay, those three words. Okay, so it's completely fine. Did, does, don't. Okay, that's three words. Okay, other another three words. So it's completely fine. And yeah, it wouldn't take you that much time. Okay, probably if you're doing it for free here, uh, it might take 3 months or four. Probably if you're really really into it and you don't miss anything, and if you do everything perfect in a daily basis, even if you slack, it's completely fine. Slack here and there. You would do it just in 2 months. Okay, but if you're slacking a lot, if you're not really serious, you probably would take 3 months, three or four. Very very normal. Okay, you just want to be generally good. You don't need to be B2. B2 is being fluent. B2 is being absolutely fluent. You don't need to think about the words. Okay, it just comes in your mind, like me. Okay. C1 is a little bit more advanced. Okay, he works with more advanced words. Okay, you can understand more advanced stuff. Okay, but no one actually reached that level. Okay, no, not reached that level, but no one is actually reaching it in a daily basis. Okay, in a daily basis, most English native speakers are B2. They speak B2. Okay, when they open a complex book, that's when their C1 level works. A complex novel, okay, that has a lot of new words, not common words, that is what C1 is. Okay, um but most of the people are going B2. Okay, and don't forget, we as Arabs, we make mistakes our own. Okay, we make a lot of mistakes, but we just don't know yet. And we're very lazy with our language. And what else? We make speech like, our speech is not best. Okay, it's not the best. I mean, I'm making mistakes, but those mistakes are speech mistakes. Okay, so there's that speech factor. I mean, there's speech and knowing how to speak actually the language. Those are completely different things. And yeah, so you have to put that in your mind. If you're not great, if you're not really extroverted, you don't know, you don't talk as much, you will also make some mistakes more than the extroverted guy. But rest assured, just reach B2. It's very simple. Okay, just as long as you're practicing. And yeah, see you later, guys. Masam.